I was watching Matilda last night, the new one, the musical. It was great, but I was a little trepidatious about watching it because I knew it was going to be triggering for things in my childhood. And then I watched it, and it actually wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be because I've done so much work and like shadow work around those things that I could more like look at it objectively. And there was one scene that came up where her parents were like yelling about money and like super stressed. And it was a beautiful thing because in that moment I was able to talk to my inner child while that was happening and say like, I really understand how scary of a situation that was for you looking through the child's perspective, because then as an adult, we don't see it in the same lens as when we did when we were a child. Like, what I was seeing was, I am so scared for my safety, and it's my personal responsibility to try and make my parents or my grandparents feel happier. And like, I took on so much stress around money that really affected me for the rest of my life. And we can heal these things on an adult conscious level, because we know those things technically aren't like scary. There's nobody like yelling or screaming, right? But that inner child still within us, they perceived it through those lenses when we were there. And there's a lot of us that have experienced that with parents or guardians saying like money is the root of all evil, or they're being very stressed about it, right? And always like struggling. And so you got programmed that money equals stress, money equals fear, money equals we do not have stability. And so that's where it's our responsibility, right? It's not our fault, but it's our responsibility to go back in and heal these pieces of us. Because if you think about how you as a child perceive that, it 1000% is programming, and it was very intense and scary for them. And so we can come back in as a higher self and help make them feel safe. Money equals safe. Money equals joy. Money equals magic and fun times and whimsy and all these wonderful things, right? Because when we're in those scary situations, now our fight or flight is coming on. Now we have PTSD wrapped up with the memories and emotions with money. And so that's why sometimes we are continuing to have these behavioral patterns and in these cycles of struggle and lack. And I got to work super hard. If you want to learn more about deprogramming this money stuff and healing your inner child, you can go to my Tube account, soulharmonymagic, and I have lots of videos there, or you can go to my profile and click and learn more about my Lightworker expansion program.